questions that the committee may have.
Thank you, Chief Rubin. Let me just give a little context here. Over the last 3 years, the top 25 overtime earners in the department, 9 have appeared on the list among the top 25 in each of the last 3 years. And looking at last year, and I'm not sure that these first several who I will name are of the 9, but Stephen Turner, who has a salary of $66,986, earned an additional $106,993 in overtime. Ricardo Bell, who has a salary of $63,796, earned an additional $101,782 in overtime. I think I heard one of the previous witnesses say that an entry-level firefighter earns about $44,000. But these two gentlemen each earned over $100,000 just in overtime on top of their salary. Avil Turner, who has a salary of $99,000, suggesting that she's probably battalion chief or higher, earned $92,000 in overtime last year. Richard Lehan, salary of $89,746, earned $76,315 and 46 cents in overtime. And the list goes on. There were 101 individuals in the department who earned over $20,000 in overtime last year. The last pay period, the pay period that ended April 24th, for which we have data, was the second highest in overtime for a pay period in your department this fiscal year. We've known since last December that you were on track to spend overtime at twice what was budgeted. My recollection is last year when you were before the council, you supported the overtime budget of approximately $6 million. But almost since the beginning of this fiscal year, you've been on track to spend twice that amount. We've had hearings every month since November, and in the last pay period, the second highest in overtime of any pay period this fiscal year, almost $600,000 spent on overtime. That would suggest that you've taken no steps in the last, over the last several months to reduce overtime since it went up. The pay period before was $473,000, which is, I believe, more than double what's budgeted. What are you doing to control overtime?
Mr. Mendelson, the key to controlling overtime, regardless of who's in the chief seat, has been and will always be providing enough employees to properly staff the companies. None of the information that you shared that we're proud of